Woo! Have y'all heard that there's a vegetable so prolific that folks literally sneak it onto their neighbors' porches because they can't eat it all? Coming at you. Well, hey there, y'all. Today's August 8th, and that happens to be National Zucchini Day. Let me tell y'all about the most generous vegetable in the South. Zucchini is a summer squash with thin, dark or light green skin, and there's even a golden variety that's a deep yellow or orange. Now, here's the thing about zucchini. The harvest is so rich at this time of year, it can be hard to keep up with picking and eating it all. That's why we have the great Southern tradition of zucchini sneaking. Folks literally leave bags of zucchini on their neighbors' porches in the middle of the night because one plant can produce enough squash to feed half the county. You should harvest zucchini when they're about 6 to 8 inches long for the best flavor with tender rind and small seeds. But here's a Southern secret. The blossoms are not only edible, but they're delicious when battered and fried. Yeah. So next time your garden's overflowing with zucchini, remember, it ain't a problem. It's a blessing to share. Hey, y'all, it's International Cat Day. Meow. Y'all down here in the South, we got a special appreciation for our barn cats and porch cats who've been keeping our homesteads mouse-free for generations. Today's about pampering your furry feline friends, visiting big cats at the zoo, or maybe considering adopting one of them wonderful creatures. Now, Southern cats are tough as nails. They can handle the heat, chase down anything that moves, and still find time to nap in a sunny spot on the porch. Whether it's that old tomcat who rules the barn, or a sweet mama cat who shows up on your doorstep with a bunch of kittens. Yep, cats have always been part of Southern life. And let's be honest, there ain't nothing more relaxing than sitting on the porch with a glass of sweet tea while a cat purrs in your lap. Oh, they're independent as all get out, just like us Southerners, but when they decide to love you, you know you've been chosen. Well, let's talk about what to do with all that extra zucchini. Southern fried zucchini. If there's one thing we know about how to do down south, it's fry veggies until they're golden brown and delicious. What you're going to do is cut your zucchini into rounds about 1/4 inch thick, dredge them in seasoned flour, dip them in buttermilk, and then coat them in cornmeal mixed with a little old flour for that perfect crunch. Then you're going to fry them up in hot oil until they're crispy on the outside, tender on the inside. Trick is not to overcrowd them in the pan. Give them all a little room to get properly golden. Serve them with ranch dressing or comeback sauce, and you got yourself a side dish that'll make even the pickiest eaters ask for seconds. And here's the beauty of it. When your neighbor sneaks a bag of zucchini onto your porch, instead of complaining, you can say, "Thank you, Lord. Looks like we're going to have some fried zucchini tonight." Turn that garden blessing into a dinner blessing. Folks, in John 15:5, Jesus tells us, "I am the vine, you are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me you can do nothing." Now, ain't that just perfect for National Zucchini Day? This verse reminds us that when we stay connected to Jesus, we're going to produce fruit in abundance, just like that zucchini plant that keeps on giving all summer long. Just think about it. A healthy vine produces so much fruit you can't help but share it with others. That's exactly what Jesus wants our spiritual lives to look like. When we're rooted in His love and we stay connected to Him through prayer and His Word, we're going to naturally produce the fruits of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness. And just like that neighbor who shares his zucchini bounty, when our lives are full of God's blessings, we can't help but share them with everybody around us. Stay connected to the vine, y'all, and watch how much good fruit your life can produce. Y'all, let's talk about one of the most beloved country songs of all time. Garth Brooks, "Friends in Low Places." This here song dominated the hot country charts for 4 weeks, beginning on October 6, 1990, and won both the Academy of Country Music and Country Music Association Awards for Single of the Year. But here's what cracks me up about this song. Garth basically wrote the ultimate, "I don't fit in with your fancy friends, but that's perfectly fine with me" anthem. The whole song's about a fella who crashes his ex-girlfriend's wedding, realizes he don't belong with all them high society folks, and he decides he'd rather hang out with his regular down-to-earth buddies anyway. It's like the musical version of showing up to a black tie event in your work boots and deciding, well, you'd rather be at the local honky-tonk. The song became so popular that it's now the traditional sing-along at concerts. I mean, thousands of folks singing together about preferring dive bars to country clubs. Leave it to old Garth to turn social awkwardness into a celebration of keeping it real. Sometimes the low places are exactly where you belong. That's all for today's Have Y'all Heard, because now y'all have. Leave a comment if you're smart or smiling or hungry. Until next time, later, taters.